What's going on, guys? I'm Joe from Flip and Dip, and welcome to our first official YouTube video. For our first video, we're going to be starting off strong, and we're going to be doing a Supermoto build from scratch. I've gone ahead and bought a brand new Yamaha WR450F 2024. Like I said, it's brand new, so it's completely stock. There's barely even a plate holder on the bike. And what we're going to be doing is fully kitting it out with everything you're going to need for a Supermoto build. So I've already done some bits to the bike, so we're going to quickly run through that. The first thing I like to do on the Supermoto is the custom skid plate and the wheelie light. So the wheelie light, as you can probably imagine, just means that when I'm wheeling in the air, I have a light facing forward so I'm not blind to other people on the road. And the custom skid plate is super nice for when I'm doing photos and videos and making content. You can see a nice big F&D on the bottom of the bike. The third thing we done was change out the headlight for a Polish Sport one. As you can see, it's black, it's got the LEDs along the side, it's way more aggressive than stock. The next major thing I want to change on the bike is the exhaust. The stock one, it doesn't look very nice, big fat silver thing, it's quiet, so we want to get that swapped out for something a bit more aggressive and a bit nicer to look at least. I've gone ahead and looked online and I found one, ordered it, and we're going to get that installed next. Let's go check that out. So, we just got the exhaust delivered. Get rid of this ugly stock, sounds like Of course I've gone with the FMF system. I haven't gone with a full system, I've been a bit cheap, but I've gone with a titanium slip-on. Should look a lot better, should sound a lot better. What we're gonna do is start unboxing this. We'll do a sound check of the stock, we'll fit this, and then we'll do a sound check of this after. Let's go. There we go. It's looking very nice. Thought it'd be a bit lighter. Yeah, it's quite heavy. It's looking very sexy. I'll be honest, this is a chunky mount, which is nice. Just gonna sit right about there. That's the exhaust. We're gonna go do a sound check on this stock exhaust, which will get the bike outside, and then have a little listen. Cool, so as you heard, sounds alright, sounds a bit meaty, definitely needs a bit of something on there. So we're gonna get this back in. We're gonna get this fairings off, undo a couple bolts. I don't think it'll take too much, maybe this one, I think there's one more here. See you in 10 minutes. It's one of the easier bikes I've worked on, I'll be honest. Right, this should slide off now. Cool, so we got one big old bolt here, one big old bolt here, and I think it'll just be this clamp here, and I think that should be the whole lot. That one's loose. And the final clamp. I believe, if I remember, that we're reusing this shield on the FMF. I think this is loose enough to just pull off. So I just give that a little wiggle. Like that. And then we've got that big boy off. Pop this over here, ready for the bin. That's just going to slide on, that bolt's going to go in there. It's a bit of a big thing here, so I think I'm missing maybe a washer in the box. Didn't really come with anything. Oh, a little sticker. No, there's no bolts, so it is just that big. Okay, it's looking good. That's it. It's pretty easy install, I think. 3 bolts. It's on there very snug. It's looking good. The only thing I want to do before we start up is make sure we've got all the fingerprints off. If you start with the fingerprints, you're going to burn them in. So I've got some 99% alcohol, which should do the job. Clean on this before we put the panel back on. Make sure there's nothing on the back side that we can't see. Slide this bit in first. Perfecto. There it is. It's looking nice. Cool. We're going to get this bike back outside. That whole install is only about 10 minutes, so if I don't look any different, that's why. Now the bike's warmed up a little bit, hopefully it should start a lot easier this time. There we go. Jeez. So I hope you enjoyed that little install. Obviously it looks a lot better, sounds a lot better. I don't think I've seen a 2024 WR with an FMF system on yet. At least I couldn't find a video of it.
Then next we have the new panels. We need to get a design on them and get the panels on the bike. And then after that, we've got SM Pro wheels that need to go on the bike. We've just got another delivery, which is from Bac3D. This is an exhaust protector. We've got bar end protectors, and I've got axle protectors as well. So yeah, we're gonna start opening these up, have a quick look at them. I'm pretty sure these guys 3D print a lot of this. So you can have a look at these, they're quite nice. So we gotta make a little cut in here and then get them in. So we've got to slice open that little rubber end there and get them in. Shouldn't be too difficult. The nice thing about what these guys do at Bac3D is they give you the stickers in the color that you want to go over. So I chose black and white because that's the most neutral. And then I think it will go like this over, something like this. And it will line up with the original sticker. And then lastly is the axle sliders. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on my arse on this bike, so these are going to come in handy. I also got extended ones. I don't know, they look a little bit goofy. Maybe they look better on the bike, but bigger is better because it's going to stop the bike touching the handlebars or something like this, or the engine bits, because these were a bit longer. So I thought that'd be a bit better. It says rear and tighten, so I guess this one you unscrew and tighten. And if you look at this side here, it's got the cutout for the hexagon bit, which I believe will just sit onto this perfectly. So I think that tells us which side is which. So I think we should just be able to, that just locks straight on. So that's basically at the end. The other side where it's got the nut shaped hole, it's not spinning on the other side, which is a nice little design. I actually thought that was going to be quite difficult, but that was super easy, so fair play. Yeah, super nice. I mean, they look really good, I think. And where they are wired there, they're going to stop a lot of these panels potentially being touched. Look a bit like a BMX, but other than that, yeah, look good. So I'm gonna have a go at the grips next. I think I'm gonna start with this one, so if I do damage, that it's not at least the throttle side. I'm pretty sure all I need to do is cut a little hole. These are like expanding nuts. I don't know what you'd call them, expanding nuts. The more I screw, the wider it gets. So I'm just gonna cut them, wedge this in, start spinning it, hope for the best. So I've finally made a big old hole. So that's quite good, look, that's pretty solidly on. Could probably do a little bit more, just to make sure I don't vibrate out. But this side was a bit trickier. Because of the throttle tube, what you have to do is cut back the grips and cut back the throttle tube, and then you can insert it like this. You like grab it here, expand it, and what I'm gonna do is bang it in. And I had a whole lot of faff. We had to take the bars off to slide it over and get it over to it and loosen this all up and all that. So all we're gonna do now is just tap it in to basically where that bar is there. They're looking good, hopefully do a good job. These are looking good. The last thing is the exhaust protector, so we'll quickly get that going. Let's try and get this on first. Feels quite snug. Yeah, it feels good. So like, it will live like here, which is nice. Very nice sticker. Because I'm gonna get it wrong. About there, I think. Cool, so thanks again to Bac3D. They got some nice parts. They didn't sponsor the video or anything, but they got some good bits. This FMF protector is really nice, especially with this custom sticker, which you can pick in different colors. I thought that was a really nice touch from them. The axle sliders are really good, especially these extended ones. They're gonna do a good job, I think. I can send it now. These are decent enough. They're a bit tricky to install, but that's no problem from Bac3D. So yeah, go to these guys if you need some protection parts. Don't look at their tail tidies.
So regarding the panels, I'm going to swap them out. I like the blue, but I want to swap them to black anyway. And the other thing is, if I do send the bike and crash, the OEM are really expensive to replace. And if I sell the bike, I'm going to want them OEM back on the bike intact. For this, strangely, I need to head to Spain, and I'll explain why next.
So I'm finally here in Barcelona. Well, we're in Sabadell, which is about 30 minutes off Barcelona. The reason I'm here, I was looking for plastics forever, and a lot of places said they had them that fit from 2015 to 2024. But the 2024 WR450 is redesigned. So actually a lot of places that say they have it don't actually have it because it wouldn't have fit. The only place I managed to find them was Acebis, which is a relatively good brand. And they said they had a specific 2024 model. So obviously I went to buy them, and of course they don't ship to the UK. I'm probably blaming Brexit for this, I don't really know. So thankfully I have a Spanish girlfriend who has a Spanish family, and I was able to get them shipped to Spain for free. So we just flew over here, said hi to the family, and I've picked up my plastics. Thankfully, I've got a big old suitcase, so I'm going to shove them in the suitcase. Hopefully they'll fit. The front mudguard is huge, so that's the one I'm more worried about. But yeah, let's have a look. Cool. So this is the biggest one. It looks like it's just going about clutch here and stuff. Here we go. Oh shit, I forgot this. So I got back from Spain yesterday. I have all the plastics intact from what I can see. They look all right, they survived the journey. We're gonna get all these blue ones off and get them installed. Let's go. Cool, that's the last one. Well, that was piss easy. I think that took us about 10 minutes or so. Less, probably 5 minutes. Yeah, pretty easy. We're just gonna leave the rear fender on for now because of the wiring, and then get this air one off, and then that's it, and then we're all done. Yeah, so everything's off. We're gonna get all the black ones on. I'm hoping they'll fit perfectly. It actually says inscribed here YZF 2023. It's mildly worrying, but I know they're pretty much close to each other, so I do hope this all fits well. We just trimmed this little, it's like a little spacer piece that touches the side of the frame when it's on. It's a little bit too long, so the panel is sticking out a little bit. So we just trimmed that down essentially. Should go a bit more snug now, basically. One thing we forgot was the engine covers, so we're gonna quickly slap them on as well. So I thought I'd show you these up close actually before we get them on. While they're in my hand. They look really nice matted plastic. Got a nice ACVS logo here. And this is the right side. So the panels are on, quite happy with them. There was a bit of modifying to do to some of them. Like I said, they're like YZ250 2023 plastics, I'm pretty sure. It says it on the inside of some of the panels. So yeah, it wasn't a perfect fit. We had to make some changes with the Dremel and some bending here and there, but yeah, they're on, they look pretty good. So on to the most important part of the video, fitting the flip and dip bracket. As you might have seen already, this bike doesn't have any mounting points for the bracket at all. I can't get the OEM on here. I don't think I have a choice but to drill through these plastics, which I'm not ecstatic about, but I don't really have a choice. The other way I could mount it would be like way down here, which I'm not a super fan of. So I like my place up here. So I've gone and scanned the bike, sprayed it up, got all that scan into the software. I've made a design. I've done a couple test prints and I've landed on this. So it's just a light holder for now, but it has some holes for the plate here, and we're gonna get a bracket low mounted through that. So this here fits perfectly on the under tray here, and then we're going to mark the holes, drill it, hope for the best, pray to Jesus that this all fits nicely, because I don't want to drill any more holes than I need to drill. But I'm going to show you guys how this fits underneath, how it looks with the bracket, and then we'll do the drilling. So the only other job to do is that this light won't fit the OEM plug. This is the OEM plug from my OEM light. We're going to snip this somewhere down here, put bullet connectors onto the OEM plug, so that it's all plug and play with this light. And if we ever want to put the original light back on, we'll put bullet connectors and it'll plug onto this. It's pretty easy. I'll show you how to do it. So what we need to do for the lighting is to just cut this OEM plug somewhere generous, so we've got enough wire to work both ways. So we'll go right in the middle here. And then what we'll do is just pull back the sleeving. And then all we're going to do is strip these 3 wires and then put female bullet connectors on. So this is the crimping bit here. I normally do 2 crimps in the middle. So we can just go from the bottom. 1, 2. So you can see there, that's nice and tight. You can see there, it's a pretty simple job. And then with this aftermarket light, we have 3 plugs that we can just literally stick together. what we'll do is we'll get this one plugged in on the bike. Some of these lights are obvious, like black will be to black, but the other two we're not 100% sure on. The bike doesn't have a brake light, so I'm not sure why OEM has 3 lights. So we'll just get the bike turned on, tap connect, see if the light comes on, and then go from there. The holes on the bracket are pill shaped anyway. This gives us a bit of compensation. They don't have to be perfectly 5 centimeters, just like up to a couple mil either side, so we'll be fine. But we're gonna drill these 2 little dots here, if you can see it. There we go. Looks nice and clean, flips well. I've also got the lock and shim, so we can lock it and now it won't move. I feel like that's strong enough for these panels as well. Yeah, that looks good. A lot's been done. There's still a couple more bits to do. Most obviously is these seat covers need to go. We can't have blue and black. It's looking a bit weird. But before all of that, what we want to do with these black panels is get a custom design on it. I was going to make this myself with my plotter machine, get it all lined up, but it's such a headache to do. I've decided to work with Links. He's also London-based, ships worldwide, good friend of ours. He's done some of our other bikes. He actually helped with our window graphics and everything in the studio. Good guy. He's going to do a design for us. He could do all holographic. He might put some glitter in for us. They're all going to fit OEM onto these panels. So that's going to look really good. He's going to come through this week and we'll get them on next. So Links has just come through. Right now he's in there prepping the bike, alcohol cleaning it down, ready for the graphics to go on. He's going to help us install them. I'll give you guys now a preview of what the graphics are going to look like and you'll see the colorway that we're going to be going with. So as you can see, we've gone with black and gold. He's done a holographic finish with a satin laminate on top. So it means the blacks are going to be matted and the golds are going to be a bit more pop to them. Yes, let's get these on. How are we looking, bro?
Ready to go, bro.
Let's go. So while Links is busy installing the graphics, I'm going to go grab our SM Pro wheels and the Thrill Seekers seat cover. I'm just going to head over to Wise Riders right now, let them install the tyres. We got Moose here, say hello, and then we got Minty, of course, who's going to be doing all the work. I'll let you guess who's employee of the month. So as you can see, I've gone with Bridgestone Battle Axe S22 tyres. I've only used these once before on the S1000, so hopefully they're going to work well with the 450. As you can see, Minty's got to move over the discs and the rear sprocket onto the new wheels, as well as install them tyres. So we're just picking out all the staples of the seat, and we're going to get the blue off, ready to install the black seat. Oh wow, look at this 2-do transition of the seat cover. As you can see, that seat cover is going to be much nicer from Thrill Seekers. It's way more grippy, which obviously you can't see in the video. But that's going to help a lot when you're on the back wheel. So that's all done. The bike is pretty much all complete. The last 3 things you saw was the decal set from Links. Big shout out to him for installing it. Such a headache, but he done that nice and perfect. We've got the SM Pro wheels on the bike, installed by Wise Riders. And then lastly, we've got the seat cover from Thrill Seekers. All installed, all looking perfect. The bike's ready. Over to Tudo for the promo. Thank you guys for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed the build. I'm super happy with it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, what you would have done differently, what do I need to change. Give it a like, subscribe, and watch this space. We're going to try and do a couple more YouTube videos in the future. We've got some things lined up, so keep your eyes out for that.
Thank you, and I'll see you on the road.